Well, hello, my name's Mandy from Mandy Sorts It Out, and I said when I started this channel not to expect food haul videos from me and cooking videos because I had a very restricted diet. My diet's expanded a bit lately. I spoke to a doctor who said I'd restricted perhaps a bit too much, so I thought I'd do a food haul video and a recipe video, sort of a recipe video, just showing you how I stretch some of the meat that I bought to make it last that bit longer by adding vegetables, which I'm sure you all know how to do anyway. I feel like I'm teaching my grandmother to suck eggs by showing you what I buy, because you know what's in the shops, and what I cook, because I'm sure you know how to do it, but I'll do it anyway in case anybody finds it of interest. I do want to apologise because when I started videoing in the kitchen, I forgot to turn my camera around. So some of the video is filmed in portrait and some in landscape. So I do apologise about that. It is my first time videoing while cooking, so please bear with me. I'll show you the video. I know I said I wouldn't do a shopping haul video, but I have been given the go-ahead to eat a bit more of a varied diet, so I thought, why not? I'm eating the same as everyone else now, more or less. A little bit different, but not a huge amount different. I'm lactose intolerant, so we'll start with the oat milk. That was £1.09. I went to Aldi and they normally have a cheaper one, but they didn't seem to have any out when I was there. I didn't go until 9 o'clock at night, so that could be a mistake. Then I've got some natural yoghurt, that's 55p. The Fruto was 109. The raspberries were 179. There was some wonky ones that were slightly cheaper, but it wasn't much difference when you looked at the price per kilo. I think it was 125 grams of the wonky ones, and these were 150, and I thought, actually, I want a nice amount, so I went for that one. Then I bought these rice cakes, which were 75p. I have to reduce the amount of salt I eat, so having baby rice cakes, baby crisps, that reduces the salt. The cucumber was 89p. I bought the 25% beef mince for £2.99 because the 5% was £5 something. And I thought, you know, that is actually, I could actually do with a 250 gram pack. That is actually quite big for me. So the fact that a quarter of it will turn into fat and be thrown in the bin doesn't really bother me that much. So yeah, I got that one. The coleslaw was 75p. The cannelloni beans were 49p each. The rice is 49p each as well. I bought 4 of those and 3 of the cannelloni beans. Those are for my trips down to stay with family. The crumpets were 45p. The tuna in chunks, £2.49. The deodorants, 99p each. The toothpaste, I think, was 49p. Nope, 69p. I thought that was a bit low. Butter, £1.99. The bread, 55p. And the pesto was 99p. And then I bought these fish fillets, and they were £2.99 for 4. I didn't write that on them. Oh yes, I did. The cheese is the only thing I missed. That was £1.89 for some crumbly Wensleydale. I'm not particularly a fan of Wensleydale, but that's why I bought it, because cheese is quite salty and I shouldn't eat that much. So I thought if I buy something I'm not that fond of, I might be able to restrict myself eating it. Whereas if I bought the one I was looking at, which was a red Leicester, I would probably swallow it whole. The only other thing I bought was these zip seal bags, and they were £1.39 for 25 small bags, 17 centimetres by 17 centimetres, I believe, 18 by 18 centimetres. So big enough for me. Oh, nearly forgot. These cakes, which fell over in the car, as you can see. So they were £2.99, and there's not a lot of them. but they reminded me of Paris Brest. I don't know if anyone's had Paris Brest, but I really like them, and I thought that's my treat for this week. So that came to £31.73, and it's going to do me a while because I shall freeze these 4 fish. I shall make some bolognese-ish sauce. It won't be bolognese at all, really, because I'll put a lot of veg in it. I've got a lot of carrots, and I will put loads of carrots in with it. And I've got some courgette, onions, pepper, and I've got a tin of tomato. Yes, so I will make a mince sauce and freeze it in portions, and that will last me quite a while because I'll probably have one a week because I'm not supposed to have too much red meat. So I'm quite pleased. There's each of those packs of rice and tins of beans does 2 meals. I will probably get some sweet corn to go with it, but I'll have to get that from Tesco because Aldi don't sell the no salt added sweet corn. And that's why I get the tuna trunks in spring water rather than the ones in brine. There is, of course, still salt in tuna, so that's another thing to be careful of. There's salt in anything prepared, so I get the unsalted butter, but there will be salt in the pesto. It's a balancing act, really. Anyway, I'm very happy with that. I just wanted to talk about some of the things I've done with some of the foods that I bought. I froze the bread, I froze most of the crumpets, I froze half the soya milk, I froze 3 of the fish, I made the bolognese and froze 4 out of the 5 portions that it made. I grated and froze almost all of the cheese apart from a little bit I had on a crumpet. Those foods are going to last me over a number of weeks. So although I spent over my £25 a week on that one shop, I'm not worried about that because I've now got plenty in, actually. Apart from fresh foods, which I will continue to buy regularly, I've got plenty in to keep me going for the next few weeks. I thought I'd show you this 25% mince. It is fatty, but that's going to be poured off. Going to be poured off into a bowl. I'm going to put some kitchen roll with it and then let it go solid, and then that's going to get put in the bin. But yeah, I'm going to pour it off now. That's the bowl with the fat in the kitchen roll. That will hopefully go solid and go in the bin. I'm just frying this a bit longer on its own to see if much more comes out. If not much more comes out, then I've already chopped up some red pepper and red onions, and those will go in, and I'll start making the sauce. So I've put in paprika, garlic granules, Italian herbs, and I'm just about to add a tin of tomatoes. Added in a tin of plum tomatoes, which I've mashed down, and I'm just going to let that simmer on a low heat for a good half hour, maybe longer. It's already smelling gorgeous, and then when that's cooked I shall portion it up, and most of it will go in the freezer, but I will keep one back for tonight. I used to put some oxo stock cubes in this, but obviously now I've cut down on salt, I don't do that anymore. If you have no problem with salt, then go ahead. So a confession to make, I completely forgot to take my shopping list with me when I did the shop last night. And on the whole, I'm very pleased with what I did. I forgot to get frozen blueberries, which is annoying because I have those in the morning with my oats. But other than that, I didn't forget anything off the list. I did buy an item I didn't really need, the crumpets. That was an additional treat, but I also bought the cake, so I didn't really need an additional treat. I have had 2 of them today and frozen the remaining 4. I feel like I've quite stocked up now with all the fish that's in the freezer and the 4 portions of bolognaise sauce in the freezer. I'm looking forward to dinner tonight. I'm going to have bolognaise sauce with a jacket potato cooked in the air fryer. Really looking forward to that. I think it's going to make it a bit easier with all the coming and going that I've got something ready prepared, because I had sort of got the freezer almost completely empty. The idea was to defrost it before I filled it up again, but I think I can put the stuff in the fridge and defrost the freezer without risking any of the food. That's what I normally do, so I don't know why I was thinking of cutting it right down anyway. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.